Lynette is calling from Oklahoma. Hi,
Hi,
Lynette.
Dan.
Hi.
Thanks for taking my call. I don't
Sure.
know if you know anything about this, but I hear that SodaStream, the company
Yeah.
SodaStream,
Mm-hmm.
is in some trouble because George Soros pulled out of their company. And I from what I understand, they're an Israel-based company.
Yes, they
And
are.
I'm wondering what you think about getting stock in that company
Well, here's
right
the
now
thing.
while it's low.
Yeah, here's the thing that all of the, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, all of the soft drink bottlers are having some bad times right now. And it's primarily, in my opinion, more than anything else, it's the move towards, healthier drinks. And I think it's more that than it is anything else. The reports that you're hearing are right. George Soros did pull out of that, which, would make sense. He's an anti-Israel person. And, the stock, has taken a dive for sure. But, it's starting to come back up already. It was, at a low of $28. It was at a high of $70 at one point this year. And we're starting to see that come back. But, it is an Israeli company. But as I have to look at a number of issues, and when Soda is a company that is inside of the Israel Fund, it is biblically responsible from all the screens that I've done. I've not added them to my list because I'm not finished going through 6 quarters. I just looked at my list of stocks that I'm working on because I wasn't sure I had forgotten. And I'm only 4 quarters into it. So I've got 2 more quarters of financial statements and some other things that I've got to look at before I add it to my list. But all I can say to you, Lynette, it is a biblically responsible company. They're not involved in any of the garbage. So that's good news. And, it is down. I mean, it's at 33. I'm just looking right now. It's at $33 right now. So it's getting close to its low. And, it's a company that's going to be around for a while. Some people believe, I'm not necessarily in this camp, but a lot of people believe that the reason it's done so well over the years is because this movement to healthier kinds of products, and they think that this soda, this soft drink, is more healthy. It certainly is a lot cheaper, and I think if there's a move towards it, that's one of the main reasons. So, it's financially, it's not in good shape. I have that noted on my spreadsheet. It's not in good shape from a fundamental standpoint, but that's due to a lot of expansion, a lot of marketing growth. But I probably
Not like it's a fad company or.
Yeah, I don't know that it's a fad. They have some great market share right now, and it's going to continue to grow throughout Europe. It may be a fad here in America, but I don't know that it will be in Europe and even in third world or emerging markets. So,
well, I really like the fact that it's Israel based, and we have some other stock that is Israel based, and we didn't know if this was something that might be a good idea to try to invest a little money in. Or
well, if you want to support an Israel based company, I mean, this is a good one. For that, that's for sure. A lot of the Israel companies are very, very liberal. It's very hard to get biblically responsible companies in Israel.
That's what I'm wondering too. Yeah. Has it just become biblical since he pulled out, or
No.
biblical.
No. It has been. This is typical of most companies that are fairly new. they haven't gotten to the point where they're willing to spend any money supporting any of the garbage. They're still kind of happy what they're doing. They're still doing R&D, and they're still expanding and growing and marketing. And the last thing on their mind is to start to support any of their own personal ideology. Now, it may be a company that continues to do that. I mean, that's certainly possible. But it's usually typical. I don't get excited when I see fairly new startup companies that are biblically responsible because, my first thought is it'll change. But that's probably the main reason.
Do you know how long this has been a company?
I don't know the date on that, but I'm going to say it's only been publicly traded for, I'm going to say eight years, maybe somewhere in that neighborhood. That it's been. I don't think it's been 10 years. Maybe it has, but no more than that for sure. That it's been publicly traded.
I think you've answered some questions.
Okay.